Punch now. Punch now. Punch now. Yes. Keep going.
It's really good. Oh, I'm sorry in the morning. I know.
Hugh, of course, is phenomenal in this role.
I don't think there is a movie without him. You know it's well cast, and you really can't picture anybody else doing it. I think that's been true from the first film.
There is something unpredictable inside of him. I believe stars are made out of that. You never know what they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to lash out or they're going to hug you. And that's what keeps you watching them. Hugh is Mr. Charisma. He's so charismatic. You are immediately drawn into him.
I think the challenge for us and for Hugh has been to give him material that can challenge him.
And he gives it so much humanity, which I think is really important for this gruff kind of character who doesn't know how to adapt to normal life and relate to people. And then there's these moments that Hugh, as an actor, brings to Logan where he becomes much more gentle or kind, or he has sweeter, more vulnerable moments.
Thank you. Someone mentioned to me the other day, it's actually the 6th time I've played Wolverine, the most that anyone has played a superhero character, which I hadn't quite thought of. But one thing for me is it's always felt fresh. I've always loved playing the character, and I've always had this thing of, I wish I'd gone a little bit further in every way.
In a very believable way, he embodies a certain sort of primal rage that you can just see brimming underneath. And I think other actors might have had a more difficult time playing that. We all know what it's like to go completely ballistic. I think a hard thing to play is a sense of menace and a sense of danger right underneath the surface, but this idea that someone could snap at any moment and mean the end of everyone around them. And I think Logan resonates with so many people in a way not totally unlike the great monsters of the movies past, like a Dracula or a werewolf, that he's not someone who sought out what he is. He's someone who didn't have a choice in becoming a hero and is now stuck with this.
That hurt. Logan is definitely a Ronin. He's someone who is a great warrior. He has lost purpose. Those people who were helping him or guiding him in some way are gone. He sees himself as a threat to himself and to everybody, and it's a dangerous place for someone as powerful as Wolverine.
Hugh has long wanted to do this and wanted to do it because of the invitation of what it invited him to do as an actor, the kind of scenes he would get to play.
The script, in this case, gave me an opportunity emotionally, definitely, to go further than I've been. We decided to go for it, feel there was danger. There had been a feeling that Wolverine was increasingly invincible, that there was this weird arms race of how you can actually hurt him. In this movie, we've really gone back to the truth of who he is. Yes, he can heal. Yes, he's strong. And yes, he has rage, but he is vulnerable. He has a breaking point. He can be defeated. You see him more vulnerable, more at risk, and more of a monster in a way than you've ever seen him before. I always wanted people to look at the screen and go, whoa, that guy's going to rip my head off. Do not look at that guy the wrong way. So I doubled my training, went a lot stricter with my eating. And then there was the martial arts element, because Wolverine, the way I've always portrayed him, is a street fighter. Pub brawler. It's not pretty. He doesn't want to hang around and jab at you all. He just wants to take your head off in 3 seconds and move on.
It was all about trying to create a new movement for Wolverine with the claws and try to make a grounded sort of action film, take Wolverine and put him in the real world.
I had to study martial arts training, and Dave said to me, I'm going to push you because, I want you to look better than you've looked in the past. Pointed out a few things, and he was right. There are things I could do better. So we started training early, and we were all here, not only me, Reeler, Tao, Hero, all in there, training every day. And let me tell you, I thought training in the gym was hard. Training with those boys on the martial arts floor is 10 times harder.
I was so excited when I read the script, the famous crows versus samurai sword. And then we had a great rehearsal together, and I really enjoyed during the shooting, the fighting. And he's a great fighter too.
Moving around, he ducks his head. Uppercut, left hook, right hand.
My team had set up sort of a regime for him for the stunt action. He had a physical trainer that he works with who got him in great physical shape and has the aesthetic down. Anytime we'd have him on set, we would take him into the gym and we went through the sequences, practiced the wire work. The stunt coordinators, Al Poppleton and Kyle Gardner, rehearsed him on all the stunt and wire work. And my fight choreography team with John Eusebio and John Valera put him through choreography drills 3 times, 4 times a week. Hugh is a quick study, and I've worked with a lot of big actors. He's probably the most physically talented. He learns choreography really easily. You can do long pieces of uncut action because he can pull it off.
It shouldn't be like if he goes through it. Hugh's an exception to the rule. There's not much he's not willing to try. There's not much he's not willing to do. So in that essence, it's just keeping him fit and healthy, just bringing him up to speed with choreography so he doesn't walk on the set and have to learn on the day, which, to be honest, he can actually do that. It's very impressive.
And that's very rare for actors. He's as good as any stuntman that we have in our company. And then what's even better is that he brings the emotional weight of the character to that action, and that's what makes it so compelling.
Love it, Roger.
No worries, man.